We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with the Detroit Lions. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. And for these two franchises, the Lions and the Cardinals, it all began back on a Sunday in October of 1930 when the Chicago Cardinals visited Portsmouth, Ohio to play a scoreless game against the hometown Portsmouth Spartans in front of 6,500 fans. 4 years later, the Portsmouth Spartans would move to Detroit. But anyways, 90 seasons later, after some rebranding, a couple relocations, one of the oldest rivalries in the NFL still lives on.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
Here's Ty Johnson, rookie 6-rounder from Maryland. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson, pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Like set. Red 80. Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 49. Check 49. Check 49. Easy alert.
On third down, Johnson. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in the big lumber to pick up that first down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing deep for Galladay. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Galladay, 46 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point good by Prater, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And finally, he's out of bounds, but how about that return? All the way inside the 20 and into the red zone.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
It's now second and 6 at the 12-yard line.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
Let's get it together.
Now this time Murray to throw it. And Fitzgerald has got it. Touchdown Cardinals. Larry Fitzgerald there to make the grab as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On the ground, this is Johnson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Check, 59. Hey, let's get in that holes.
Here we go with Johnson. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
First down, Lions.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Check 24.
Here's Johnson. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after 1. The first down carry here for Johnson. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fistfights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fistfights.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and away.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Johnson. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Remember, Prater has hit from 64 earlier in his career. This one not quite as long, but good from distance nonetheless. Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head. Coach, they felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And this one caught by Max Williams. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Running from the gun, Johnson. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Back deep, Danny Amendola. Taking it about the 16. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Lions will take over.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they load him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8 at the 39-yard line.
Check, 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 check. Hey, 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 hey.
On second down, Johnson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On first down, it's Stafford. He completes it to Jones. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Check me out. Fresno. Now, go get him. That's it. It's great. Let it go.
Murray now on first down. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Around the NFL, second quarter down in Tampa. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more, as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Right here.
Undercrush. Hey. Safe. For the middle.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Set. 260. 59. White. Pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Hurry. Let's get it.
From the gun on third down, Stafford. Underneath for Johnson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 41-yard line.
Watch the slip. Easy alert.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A 3-yard loss. Fourth down now.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time. Forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be second and a couple. From the 30 on second down, Murray. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
On second down now, it's Johnson, and he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Set, 180, and middle. Watch the run.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he gets it down to the 32. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a fourth down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a game. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And some room to maneuver.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. A gain of 3, second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 19-yard line.
Let's get it.
On 2nd and 7, Murray. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl corner Darius Slay. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. What did you see there, Charles, on that interception from the rookie?
They've shown him certain looks on defense throughout the first half, and they pulled the string here in the second half because he got used to those looks, and they showed the exact same thing, but changed it up just a little bit where he thought something was open, and now, with the change in defense, it no longer was.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Johnson. He'll have a first down and more past the 20. And he'll take this all the way up to the 38-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
But he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that. But I think that they were right about this one.
Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Golladay. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Prater for the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
So line of scrimmage, still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deshaun Hand able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Murray with a 3rd and long. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. To throw is Stafford. Buying time to his left, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Chandler Jones, one of the best athletes to ever come out of Rochester, New York, in for the sack. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Johnson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Elsewhere around the NFL, they're in the third quarter in Carson. And the Colts have scored again to widen their lead even further. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Drake. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The Cardinals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. Able to find Isabella. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Murray now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Running from the shotgun with Drake. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
From the 44, Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deshaun Hand able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. A huge play there for Arizona. 48 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
A gain of 2 brings up second down.
And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a third down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The Cardinals on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Check. Hey, check, Mike 57. Mike.
From the gun on third down, Murray. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Mason Foster. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 2-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Turnover that just got them the football back, obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a one-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief here, though?
No, I don't, especially with the ball this deep in their own territory, because you make a mistake, they've got it right back in prime position.
They certainly do. So now, almost like a 4-minute offense, right? Take care of this bad boy. Make sure the other team doesn't touch it, but move it with consistent gains. Wear down the clock and make them use their timeouts in this situation.
On second down, it's Johnson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
You got tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Hey.
Here's Stafford. This complete to Jones. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. That's a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
On second down now, it's Johnson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. A gain of 8 and a first down.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space.
Hey, he's coming to you. He's coming to you. Motion. Hey.
They'll run on first down. Johnson. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They go to Johnson again. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Easy. Check 37. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
Johnson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit.